As promised, in this video I will be teaching you the best ways to improve your movement and the best movement techniques used by the pros inside of Call of Duty Mobile, and we're starting right now. Real quick, if you haven't watched the part 1 of this series, I suggest you check it out after this. There will be a link to that in the description and in the pinned comments. Also, there will be a link to it in the cards above. Or anyway, when you finish this video, please check it out. By the way, if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe here if you like Call of Duty content, and well, I'll see you in the video. So first off, what do you do to improve your movement? The first thing that you need to do is to find your sensitivity and stick with it. If you feel the need to change it, only do so by like a small amount so that you can be as consistent as possible. We discussed this in detail in the last video, so please go and check that out. Thing is, most of your movement is down to muscle memory and you do not want to mess that up at all costs. Secondly, play as many matches as possible. My way of practicing is to play a really small map like Shipment or Nuketown and put myself in as many situations as possible, and you should do the same. Try and put yourself in many situations as possible, and then try and use all these movement tactics that I'm about to tell you. Next up, before you even start playing, literally warm up with warm water and shake out those hands so that you'll be efficient on the battlefield. Then next up, wear thumb sleeves. This is completely optional. I don't wear thumb sleeves myself. I don't feel like they're necessary, but some people say that they're literally a good idea and other people say that they're literally the worst idea. It's entirely up to you and it comes down to personal preference. But yeah, anyway, use perks that help your movement, and that's going to be our next tip. Lightweight and Skulker are very good perks to use for the best movement possible. And lastly, know what type of gun you're playing with. SMGs will give you more mobility than ARs. ARs will give you more mobility than LMGs. Shotguns will be faster than LMGs and ARs. You get the point. And lastly, let's just give you a small bonus tip. Remove your limits completely. At the end of the day, it's you versus yourself. If you believe you can perform well every single time that you hop into a match, you will notice huge differences in how you approach things. So yeah, those are the ways to improve your movement, and now I'll give you the most common movement tactics that are used by literally every single player in this game, and let's run them down. First of all, we have the peaking methods. So in peaking methods, you have like 5 that I've discovered inside of the game. If there are more, you can tell me down in the comment section below, but well, let's begin with number 1. The first one is jiggle peeking. It's really not that popular, but it requires you to peek out of a corner for like half a second and duck back behind cover to see what's going on before you move in. It can be really useful in a mode like search and destroy, but be careful. If you peek out and a sniper is looking at you, the sniper might just be waiting for you to peek that corner again, so please try not to peek the same corner twice. Just peek out once and then get as much information as possible and then change your location. Next one, we have wide peeking. Wide peeking is basically just jiggle peeking with extra steps. The only thing is that instead of being directly at the corner, you're going to be standing back a little bit and then trying to peek out over the area. Again, you can be picked off by a sniper, so please be careful. Don't pick angles that snipers normally cover. Also, but the thing is that it will be harder for players running SMGs and ARs to hit you, since they don't expect you to be that small of a target, and it's going to make you look really small on their screen. So yeah, next up we have slide peeking. Slide peeking is really popular in this game. Essence is that you hit a corner while sliding so that you're already a low fast moving target. Thing is that you're going to be very hard to hit, because no matter how professional somebody is at this game, they can't just drag their aim on you just like that. So yeah, the slide peek is very effective, and it's also very effective for breaking hard points and stuff like that. Also, the jump peek is literally just a slide peek, but instead of a slide, it's a jump. They have the same purpose, so choose whatever one you like. The only thing is that the slide peek, if you slide into an object, you'll go into a crouch, and if that's not what you were planning to do, you'll probably die in the process. Whereas the jump peek It literally doesn't matter if you jump into an object or anything, it might just mess up your movement momentarily. So yeah, keep that in mind. Then the last one, we have slide jumping. As the name suggests, you mix a slide and a jump, do them at the same time. It's a little bit more complicated when you get, but when you get it down, you're like really good to go. The first thing that you need to do is just to get used to slide cancelling, and once you're used to slide cancelling, that's like while you're sliding and turning, bringing up your aim to pre-aim the corner that you're sliding into or from. You just bring it up, and then after that, when you're used to slide cancelling, just add a jump into your slide cancels, and that will be all for that. Then next up, we have gunfight movement tactics. First of all, we have my favorite one, the jump shot. This technique just requires you to shoot your weapon while you're jumping at the same time. The thing is that it makes it really hard to hit, especially if you use more than one jump. It's also great when you're facing more than one enemy. But the thing is that it can be bad if your accuracy is also bad, so you need to learn how to control your weapon as you're jumping in the air, because your bullet spread accuracy gets seriously messed up when you're jumping like that. Also, you have to be mindful if you don't kill the enemy in like the first or second jump, remember that the jumps use stamina, so that you jump a lesser distance after each successive jump, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have the drop shot. Drop shot just requires you to shoot while your character drops down to the ground. This one takes you completely out of your enemy's line of sight, and it's perfect for you to use in a 1v1 situation that is like out in the open and there's no cover around. But the thing is that it's bad when you're facing more than one enemy at a time, because your mobility will go out of the window as soon as you prone. And yeah, the thing is that you can also abuse the drop shots, like you see me do in so many of my videos. And you can loop your drop shot so that you completely wreck your opponent's aim. I call it the prone cancel. It can be very effective indoors, but keep in mind where you are indoors, because if you are near a wall or an object, you can get prone blocked, and nobody wants to get prone blocked because it's really frustrating. Then lastly, we have strafing. This just requires you to move your character from left to right or from right to left while shooting. Not a lot of people use this for some reason, and it's really effective, so I don't know why not a lot of people use it. The thing is that it messes up your opponent's aim badly when you're moving from side to side like that. And also it can be mixed with the other two movement techniques. So if you're like doing a jump shot, you can strafe with the jump shot and make yourself even harder to hit than before. And when you have all the basics down, when you have strafing, the drop shot and jump shot down, you're literally unstoppable, and you can mix and match everything however you like. And that's going to be all for this video. If you like this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe here if you're new, as I've just said, and then comment down below what was your favorite movement tactic. Also, there'll be an end screen with a video that YouTube thinks that you should watch, and also part 1 of this series, so go and check that out, and I'll see you in the next video. Go and watch part 1.